Hey everybody, what is up? NihonTiger here. Welcome back to Hypermine FTB Revelation server. Oh my god, we're actually back on here. We're alive! We're alive! We're alive! Yes, 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 yes. We're alive. We're alive. Yeah, everything is fine. Don't worry. I'm alive. In case you're wondering, I have been busy, but I did get a significant chunk of the crops planted here, and this is only a portion of what's available in Pam's Harvest Craft. Thank you, Bouncy Boots. So, been thinking about playing on here for a while, and figured maybe I would be able to give a very brief update, make this a very brief episode, because I'm sure a lot of people have noticed that I haven't really done a lot of Minecraft content lately. And there was reasons for that, and there's reasons I'll go into very briefly. Yeah, we could. Let me just take a look real quick here. I want to see if there's any temples we haven't explored. Yeah, we haven't really been past these areas over here. Well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's go. Let's go on an adventure. We can take a look here. I really don't have anything planned because I'm still trying to kind of get back into the groove of things. No one else is on at the moment, by the way, so nothing to really interact with either at this point. I have to plan my house out, what I'm actually going to build on here. That's all very important. So it's been a topic of discussion lately amongst other people within the UHC community, the Minecraft community writ large, about this game and being bored with it and deciding that they no longer want to play this game. They no longer want this to be their life. And in a lot of cases, those people have chosen to walk away from Minecraft, from content creation, streaming, all of that stuff, because it's too much time to invest into something, and they want to live their lives. And I have a similar announcement to make, in that you've noticed probably on my channel that I'm sure some people have noticed, because I think they probably have unsubscribed. Hi, people who unsubscribed, who don't think I do Minecraft anymore. Nice to see you again. Welcome back. Or probably not welcome back. I'm sure they don't even know that I put this video up. But the game is at this point about 7 or 8 years old. It's gonna be 8 years old this year. Wow. This game's been around for a while. It's kind of quieted down a little bit. You know, you've got a lot of people are, you know, trying to do new things with the game or with their lives, and generally when someone stops playing this game, they don't come back. That's by and large, it's been my experience with other people, is that once they leave Minecraft, they leave Minecraft forever. And I've been thinking a lot about this game lately, and I've been thinking about how much time I invest in it and have invested in it versus things I want to play as well, and versus things that I'm currently investing a lot of time in. Obviously, iRacing's been one of them. There's other games I'd like to play. I just acquired a game you might have heard of called Owlboy. I'm very interested in that. I'm also trying to, and have been slightly successful in starting to stream more often on Twitch. Well, obviously I work a full-time job, so you know, everything push comes to shove, and there's a lot of questions about time and, oh, you know, am I gonna have that? Whoa, that's interesting. That's on the surface, but you know, the question becomes, am I gonna have the time to do this anymore? Am I gonna be able to? Why? There's a button. There's a button there for some reason. But you know, the question becomes, am I gonna have the time to really invest into playing? There's a horse up there. Oh my goodness, this is crazy town. But am I gonna have the time to invest playing this game anymore, or should I consider walking away from it. Like so many of my friends have, so many people that I still am daily in communications with, but they've moved on to other things and new adventures in life. And I think a lot of people are probably thinking, well, maybe, you know, Nihon hasn't really been as interested. He's been playing some UHC stuff, but he's not really been so interested in Minecraft lately. Maybe he's been thinking about that. And to be honest, I have been considering it, and I have been thinking about it, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm going to keep playing the game. Tricked you there, didn't I? But I've come to the conclusion I'm going to keep playing the game, but it's not going to be, for a long time on my channel, it was Minecraft and other things. That's not going to be the case going forward, and I'm pretty sure you've realized that by now as well. As a chicken right there. I'm pretty sure you've realized that by now, that I've got other things I'm interested in and enjoy doing besides Minecraft, and that I want to do those things, but I also want to keep playing block game outside of UHCs and stuff, because there's still an interest. Obviously those interests have those shift around a little bit, and you know, it's natural. Not everybody plays the same game for ever. Some people will move on eventually. There are people who got really famous playing, say, you know, example, League of Legends, who are now no longer streaming League. They don't touch the game anymore. And that's simply because the game doesn't appeal to them, or they've done everything they've wanted to do in the game, or, you know, whatnot, and they've decided to move on. And even a lot of people here in Hypermine are doing things up above and beyond Minecraft. You know, and Lori does a lot of PUBG, and I think Darkfan does as well. People doing Ark, all kinds of good stuff. And it seems like as well that the TFC Tuesday group will no longer be, at least for now, a TFC group, but we will still be doing stuff together on Tuesdays. Just maybe in a different game or a different mod pack or what have you. So I'm not certain on what has been decided with that. I think we're still in the discussion phase. Oh, I thought I saw a house there, but no, it's just a log. But I think the good news is, at least for those of you that like Minecraft content, there will still be Minecraft content. I just don't have a set schedule for, you know, at this time, I don't have a set schedule for when to expect it. Because I want to keep doing this stuff, but I also want to kind of shy away from doing so much stuff like this right here, where it's just me in a single player world, or just on my own, just kind of exploring. Instead, I kind of want to do more multiplayer stuff. I want to do more stuff with other people, which is why I still like UHC and PvP stuff like that, because there's other people around. That gives me an incentive. I've mentioned it before, being an extrovert, that I really feed off of the energy of interacting with other people. So to me, the more people I can get together and interact with, as long as it doesn't become too chaotic and there's too much talking and discussion, and I have to scream to get a word in edgewise, or to get myself in there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. If I have to scream to actually get my voice heard, then that kind of becomes problematic. So, you know, I kind of want to avoid those situations, but I want to steer more toward multiplayer stuff, and I want to start to steer, and I like doing this before, and then I steered away from it because it was really time consuming, but I want to steer back more toward doing guide stuff, like, you know, instructional things that are of value to the beginner Minecraft player who may not have an idea of what they're doing. You know, learning how to do these things on my own, as well as teaching them to other people. And that includes some building stuff, that includes some UHC stuff and PvP. I know with the update Aquatic that's coming out, 1.13, it's gonna have some newfangled things in there, so there'll be a video on that. I'll probably do a separate video about the new Trident that affects UHC stuff somewhat. There's a few things in there that might actually affect UHC. I think the Phantoms are going to be a bit more of a pain in the ass than most people really think about it this time. I'm trying to look over the notes and stats, and with the aquatic biome update as well, it's gonna change a lot of things. Whee! It's gonna bounce, but yeah, the solo stuff like this, where it's just me on here and I'm just kind of talking to myself and doing things like that, I would rather take that time and energy. If we're gonna have, say, 30% of my time is just solo stuff, 30% of my Minecraft time is solo stuff, 30% is multiplayer SMP stuff, and then 40% is UHC PvP events like that. I would rather, because the balance right now I feel like is way skewed toward the single player stuff, and I don't particularly enjoy that as much, and I feel like it has a place on my channel. It has a place on YouTube. It has more of a place probably on Twitch, and I would rather refocus the time I'd be doing that away from doing single player Let's Play videos and doing more streaming and trying to get things done, then interacting with the chat on stream. If I'm going to be doing something like this, I would rather be doing it with people in the chat, and I think it would also help with my shift toward streaming a little bit more often. I think that's a thing that is going to be more beneficial ultimately, because I think YouTube, for smaller, with all the changes that have been going on, for a smaller person like me who's only got about 1,300 subs, I'm going to lose my monetization in a couple of days here. And I never really monetized my videos anyways. I always went to things like Patreon or direct donations for that kind of stuff. If people wanted to do that, help me out that way. I've always would have much preferred that, because that's more stable than ad revenue. That's always been very unstable and very unwieldy unless you are a particularly large and important influencer, as I like to say, or like a big personality. It's never really been something where it's been too easy to someone's already been up here. Wow. Okay. Someone must be out here somewhere. And everything's on fire over there. Yeah, it's really tough now. It's really tough for the small people like me to get noticed, to grow, to be able to do this full time. And so you see a lot of people moving to streaming. See a lot of people moving in that direction. And I think ultimately, I believe that is where I'll end up as well. I think it's just a matter of time before most of my content is on a streaming service, and I'm streaming more often rather than doing videos all the time here. And I feel like I'd rather have things on here that are, I guess with Minecraft especially, that are more production than just, something like this where it's a stream of thought kind of thing. And I don't know, I tend to make this short. I always have the what the hell was that? I always have the problem of taking way too long to do a video. I want to do a 20-minute video when it ends up being 40 because I can't stop talking. But yeah, in reality, there's definitely a place for this in my gaming world. I just don't know what that looks like going into 2018 anymore. It's certainly different. Things are... Oh, that's water. Okay. I thought that was like surface lapis. I'm like, surface lapis, why? I'm just not sure what the mix looks like. And it's not something where this is like, yeah, it's in my last video, bye. No. We certainly are not done here. But I particularly feel like with the way that the digital economy is going, with the way that things are changing in the world, that streaming is kind of becoming more of a thing that people enjoy. I'm not ready to really give up the edited portion of all this, because I think you can do so much more with editing and with time and patience and a lot of good material than you can with a stream where it was like, it's like watching highlights of a baseball game versus watching the baseball game. The baseball game has exciting points, but there's a lot of dead air. Football, most sports are like this. There's a lot of dead air in between, auto racing, all this stuff. There's a lot of dead air that's in between, like the exciting things. You get like dead air, exciting thing, dead air, exciting thing. And oh, hi. And YouTube kind of is like sports highlights, and Twitch is like the live broadcast of the sports thing. So I kind of like the editing thing a lot, and I kind of like being able to craft a neat narrative. You can really create some interesting narratives with the power of editing that you can't do with the live stream. You can't do quite as much. Something like Zista Plays Minecraft is not really workable on Twitch because of all the back end stuff that you have to do something like that. But yeah, I think it's just with the way the economics are set up for all of it. I think it's just, if this is something I'm going to be doing more and more of with my free time as a hobby and not just trying to do it for free, which is becoming less and less, given my financial situation in real life, is becoming less and less of a possibility. I have to start thinking about being able to do this and being able to keep doing this, and how the best way for me to do that is. And I think in particular it might be working out a more frequent stream schedule. Also allow me to play a lot more games on I mentioned Memorize Aivitas. But that would allow me to do more with the time I have, since I'm still working full time. It would allow me to do more with the time I have than wasting. I don't like to say wasting, but like using a lot of time to do things and then having to spend more time doing other things too. I just think that, oh, we got an eggplant. Oh God. Oh man. Oh, go away, Golem. Here, I will run out here. Oh, this is so many bad things. All the bad things come to kill me. I'm just not certain. I'm trying to get that work-life balance, because I used to have a temporary job a long time ago, temporary writing job. And this is part of the reason I've been thinking about this a lot lately, because I've also been going through and cleaning out a bunch of old stuff, and a lot of that was my old emails from my temporary job. So I had a temporary job that became a full-time. It became kind of like full-time, but not like actual full-time. It was just kind of like volunteer full-time. And my quality of life at that point kind of deteriorated because I was investing so much of myself into this other project, and yet I wasn't getting anything out of it in return that really. I was getting experiences that were great. I was making a lot of friends, but financially it just was not possible for me, and there were other changes that eventually made that possibility go completely away. But it's a situation where I don't want to repeat that again, and my number one worry with YouTube at this point and being a content creator type person is that is that the path that this is heading down again? Do I want to go down that path? And the answer is, of course, no. So it becomes a question of kind of necessity, like where do I take things now? And more I feel like I need to do a combination of YouTube stuff and Twitch, and I need to do I guess the way to say it would be more stuff on the live side, less stuff on the pre-recorded side. And to that end, I've been thinking maybe we will start to do, I know I've started doing a Link to the Past randomizer streams on Tuesdays temporarily. Those will continue once the TFC stuff kicks in. I'll probably move that to I might move that to Monday nights. I don't know. To me, it seems like a good logical thing. And then we'll figure out sometime later in the week to make like a third stream, maybe of a different game. Maybe we could do racing stuff. Maybe we could do, I don't know. We could do a lot of things. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of potential. But it's just something from, you're thinking from a quality of life standpoint. Is this really, the way things are going now, is this really the way I want things to keep going? And I think the answer in a lot of cases is, no, not really, And nobody's really doing anything wrong. The people who watch these videos, you're not doing anything wrong. So don't feel like I'm saying like, oh, you've all let me down or anything like that. You certainly have not, and I appreciate every view I get, every like, every comment, every subscription, all of that good stuff. You know what? Why don't we move the gate over here? That'll be a good spot to build it. Yeah. Because then we'll have our kitchen right here. Kitchen. It's just a matter of time, of the investment I want to make in myself, in my free time, and whether or not the way I have things set up now is the best way to go about that. And I don't think it is. So over the next couple weeks, I probably will start to think a lot more heavily about my scheduling, how I set myself up to do all this stuff, what works, what doesn't work, and for what doesn't work, how to change that. So TLDR on this, for those of you who are interested, not quitting Minecraft. Can keep playing UHCs. Put too much time and effort into learning how to do that to stop doing it. I'd like to do more tutorial stuff, to do more kind of guide things, not just in Minecraft, but in other games too, probably. Don't eat the eggplant. We only got one of those. But, and I'd like to do more streaming, and that will come, unfortunately, because you only have so much time in the world. That would I'd have to take the balance of time for that out of probably some of the YouTube stuff that I currently do. And I don't know how that change will look. I don't know what will be different, what will be the same yet. stay tuned. I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. But I appreciate all the patience that a lot of you guys have had with me on my schedule kind of being wonky. I'm also, I should mention this, I'm also in the middle of a prolonged job hunt. I have a job right now, but I've been looking around lately to see if there's anything else out there, and I need to spend some more time really investing into that. So my schedule might be a little wonky here, and it might be a little heavy with some of the pre-recorded racing stuff and other UHCs and events like that. You might not get so many. I really like this. This looks really nice. And then eventually what we'll do is we'll probably have our fields go back this way. And it's really a tiny little, it's just only one chunk really. Wow. This is really small. But a lot of good stuff. These worms are ridiculously powerful. I'll keep you all in the loop on how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you got a little bit more of an idea of where I'm at mentally, physically, all that stuff. At this point, things are going okay. But I will see you soon. We will, when we come back here next time, all of this will be done. We'll have all this figured out, and we'll be off to do something else with the mod, probably with Astral Sorcery. But until then, take care. I'll see you soon. Love you all. Peace.